there be a recession when they're building houses all across London? So someone had a clearly defined vision. Why is it that they're building new apartments worth how much million pounds and people are buying it? Vision is powerful. Remember, leadership is about bringing people into new realms of excellence. So that means you have to get to a point of excellence and then come back and bring everyone else. Bring your generation. So my dear friend, what is your vision? Your vision is connected to your gifts, your talents, and your passion. I don't listen to rap music anymore. I don't listen to rap music. But Tupac was more than a rapper. And he said something profound. And I always quote him. He said, even a genius answers questions. So every single one of you are geniuses. So you've got to start asking questions. What change do I want to live? What change can I live? What change do I want to bring? What impact do I want to make in my generation? What impact do I want to make in my world? I'm on Twitter, and sometimes I go on Twitter and some of the, from our community, okay, let me be specific, from Nigeria, some of the Nigerian youths, some of the things they're tweeting, you can tell it's all about the problem, and they're not bringing no solution. It's easy to talk about the problem. It's easy to debate the problem, but it's more harder to bring a solution, to be a solution center. And how can you bring a solution center? It's through your vision. And your vision can cut across education, agriculture, business, women, law, whatever. But I guarantee you, it's connected to your vision, your gifts, your talents, and your passion. Tammy mentioned earlier, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Friends will ultimately distinguish you. Show me your friends. I was in university. I was the only one really out of all my friends that was in university. I'm not even blaming them. And then why is it that I went from a university guy to a street boy? Why is it that I went from university to studying law and whatnot to now sitting in prison? Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I know none of you are going to go to prison. I know, I believe, I trust that. But many of us are caught in a prison of people's opinions. Many of us are caught in a prison of culture. I'm not going to associate that person because they're from that tribe or that religion. That's not going to help us. Why is it that the Chinese can invade, why do the Chinese can go into Africa and feel no way? Why? Because they've seen something. They've seen the opportunities and they've seen the possibility and they understand the essence of teamwork. So guys, I really want to challenge you. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. My two closest covenant brothers, my two brothers, they're both entrepreneurs. I can tell them everything and vice versa. And we celebrate each other's dreams and we push each other's dreams. Why? Because we've seen a bigger picture. So again, I ask my dear friend, what do you see? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Or someone might say, but you never know what's going to happen. Yes, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. And then we end up, Papa was a rolling stone. And we just end up a rolling stone. And we just end up taking our seat, angry at Nigeria, angry at Africa, angry at the white man, angry at the Indian man, angry. I want to make any change. It's easy to be angry. It's easy to sit down on a bench and be a bench warmer, but it's harder to rise up into a leadership position. So my talk is not how to become a millionaire in 5 steps. My steps not how to find your purpose. It's how to become a leader of distinction. The world is waiting. There's a new dawn of leadership that's arisen out right now. And you're either going to jump off this wave of distinction or sit on the beach singing a song. So my dear leader, your prolific purpose will cause you to be positioned to prosper others into their prosperous purpose. Guys, the time is now. Africa's crying out for us. They're calling for selfless, serving leaders of distinction that know how to serve with integrity, that know how to serve with their vision, that know how to serve with passion. I've been across the country. My next step, my next thing is to speak across Africa, is to speak across Nigeria, because I've seen a gap in the market. But I can't come there with some hazy vision. I can't come there with this motivational, be the best you can be. It's not even about being the best you can be no more. It's about being distinguished in your chosen field. And how can you become distinguished? Having a clear and defined vision. I wasted 10 years of my life. 10 years of my life doing much ado about. I nearly got shot dead. And the guy really wanted to shoot me. I mean, obviously I must have an angelic host that was protecting me because, boy, the guy really, imagine I would have got shot dead now. I would have been in hell now. Straight. Yeah, no, straight. I wouldn't be making no difference. So I've only got one life to live. So I'm going to live it to the fullest. I know none of you are going to get shot dead, but some of you got to shoot down procrastination. Some of you got to shoot down mediocrity. Man, I'm preaching right now. Some of you got to shoot down. Some of you got to shoot down fear. Some of you got to, I'm not here to give you some wishy-washy motivational talk. No, some of you got to shoot down fear. Tell me mentioned fear earlier. Some of you got to shoot down associations. There's some people that you have to lock off their phone. You've got to just ignore them from now because they're poisonous. And they're not going to let you go further. Why? Because they're just angry. They're not going to bring no change. Please, 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 please. It's so important, guys. Vision is so powerful. Vision makes the world go round. Listen, I tell you, I've achieved a 25-year vision. I've written 12 books in less than 5 years. One of them was less than 5 hours. This time last year I was homeless. This time last year I was homeless. But I saw the bigger picture. Yes. Listen. I'm not here to just play games. I'm here to really challenge you and provoke you. I've achieved a 25-year vision, so I know for the next 25 years I'm going to be releasing books. As long as I'm on this planet Earth for the next. So that's signed, sealed and delivered. But some people are running around for a mortgage for the next 25 years. I want a mortgage, I want a mortgage. And they're not even making no impact. Life is more than a mortgage. Life is more than qualifications. Life is more than money. Life is more than just sitting on a bench. It's about making impact, positive impact in your generation. If not, what's going to happen? We're going to come again next year and say the same thing. So vision is powerful. Mental vision, a friendship vision. I say again to you, how far can you see? I mean, the world is your oyster, literally. Dear leader, the global world is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And smaller and smaller and smaller. So what impact can you make? Henry Ford, who's heard of Henry Ford here? Right, the founder of the Ford car. In the early 1900s, my memory serves me right, he created the Henry Ford T model car. There was no internet, and obviously there was no social media, but people in Europe heard about his distinction. People in Europe heard about his vision, but there was no internet. Why? Because the power of vision, word of mouth. So my dear brethren, who's hearing about your vision? And more importantly, what is your vision? Because that's ultimately what will distinguish you. Remember, leadership is not about age. It's not about it's about impact. It's about making impact. And some of you might not think, I'm not ready to be a leader. Now is the time to be a leader. Now is the time to take that position and take that responsibility and say, hey, my people are dying out there. My people are dying from a lack of vision. My people are dying from a lack of understanding. My people are dying from a lack of knowledge. How can they get that? It's through your vision. We can so embrace Steve Jobs' vision. We can so embrace Richard Branson's vision. We can so embrace everyone's vision. But what about your vision? We are the chosen generation that's going to bring positive change to Africa. And how we're going to do it is from our vision. The next thing I want to speak about. Some of you probably give me something that looks like this guy. Oh yeah, well I'm here. You can't force me off. The next thing I want to speak about is about excellence. Dear leader, your brand is what will distinguish you. No brand, no distinction. And these are all my quotes, by the way. So, your brand, your dear leader, your brand is what will distinguish you. No brand, no distinction. In 2016, to become a leader of distinction, what separates you? Your brand, and I'm not talking about his interest in my shoes are from Massimo Dutti, blazer from Zara, shirt from Hawks and Curtis. Yeah, swagger, yeah, I know. But my brand is distinction. What's your brand? So even if you're going to go for a new job, and you're in university, or you apply for a new job, they're going to ask you, okay, what did you do in university for 3-4 years? Well, I got a 2-2, and what's your distinction? If you want to start up a new business and you're looking for funding, what's your distinction? If I went to your Twitter handle right now, or Instagram, or LinkedIn, what's your distinction? What distinguishes you? What separates you from everyone else? If not, no one ain't going to listen to you, no one ain't going to believe you, no one ain't going to celebrate you, no one ain't going to regard, respect, or recognize you. So that's what's going to distinguish you. Why is it that people can line up for 5 days for the latest Apple phone? Why? Because they understand the truth about brand, they understand the truth about value. So what value are you bringing to your generation? What is your brand? Who's going to recognize your brand? Who's going to sit down and listen to you? And who's going to respect you for your brand? Why is it that we get the latest iPhone, the latest Samsung, the latest this? We go to Selfridges, Primark, Zara, this, that, and buy other people's products. What about your product? What about your service of excellence? Guys, we've got to keep this spirit of, it's a spirit of mediocrity. And when you understand, when I say spirit, it's a mindset. It's an effort to mediocre. A few years ago, I tried to contact a few Nigerian universities, and it was pathetic. It was so embarrassing. I mean, the pictures of the board of, they were like, no, let me not even go there. It was like the email bounced. This was like 2013. The email wasn't working. Phone numbers was wrong. And this is the top universities in Nigeria. So we have to understand that excellence is a key to a life of distinction. And if we're not excellent, if we're not promoting excellence, which is our personal brand, how can we become leaders of distinction? So, what is your personal brand? It's the 3 V's. It's your vision, it's your values, it's your voice. I say again, it's your vision, it's your values, it's your voice. Social media has changed everything now. Social media has changed the playing field forever and ever. So what's your vision on social media? What's your value and what's your voice? What are you saying on social media? What difference are you making? What change are you making? But how can you have a brand? How can you make a change if you haven't got a clearly defined vision? It starts from vision. It starts from vision. So I'm not here just to do, I'm not doing it by accident. I know what I'm talking about. Have a clearly defined vision to make impact, to change your generation, to change your world. But then begin working on your brand. Begin nurturing on your brand, your personal brand. Even if you don't want to become an entrepreneur or a leader of distinction, what distinguishes you in your office? What distinguishes your university? I do university talks, so if there's anyone from any ACS, come and see me after. I do a talk, Your Time Is Now, how to become a student of distinction. And one of the things I always challenge and teach and coach the university students that the 3 or 4 years you're in university, just don't sit there and do anything. Be a founder of something. Even if it's a founder of the Nigerian Women's Medical Association, you're a founder. Even if one person goes there every Wednesday in a library and there's no one, you're the founder. But when you go for that job interview, tell us about your time in university. You're going to say, okay, I was a founder of this and a founder of that. So that's your personal brand. Guys, be very aware about social media, especially in particular Twitter, because yeah, we can criticize, for example, the Nigerian government. That's good. But what change are you making? What's your thought leadership? Your last 20 tweets represents your business, your brand, and your brain. And when I say your brain, I'm talking about your thought leadership. So if I went onto Twitter now, what are you saying? What change are you saying? What difference do you want to make? Excellence. The next thing I want to speak about is about creativity. Someone said, you've heard that saying that money makes the world go round. No, it's creativity. Dear leader, your creativity is the key that will unlock the innovation of others. It's amazing. Steve Jobs, one of the greatest entrepreneurs of all time, many of us are still being blessed by his creativity. Many of us are still being blessed by the man's creativity. And I spent £10,000 on research, and I found out that Steve Jobs got 1 head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. £10,000. So what's your creative?